I can see my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight.
Hello, hello, hello. How is everyone doing? Welcome to. Can everyone hear me? Yes, they can. Welcome to the Football Chatbox. My name is Ryan, and how are you all doing? Easy Shark, welcome. How's everything going? Let me know if the background music and whatnot is all good. We are live for the Game Week 31 deadline stream, and this is what the team was like from Game Week 30. Small red arrow, not too big. Unfortunately, it was a tiny red arrow. Was it a tiny red arrow? Actually, let me actually check and see, because I don't know. But I think it was a tiny red arrow. So we're down to 425k. Yeah, it was an 8.53 red arrow, which isn't too bad, I guess you could say. Let me try and bring it up for you guys to kind of see. But yeah, we are back. Yep. 8.53 red arrow, not too bad, I guess. Could have been better, to be honest, but it is what it is. But we're looking forward to Game Week 31. And I've made transfers. I made early transfers. And the early transfers were by Madison. And goodbye. Who was the other goodbye? Goodbye, Bruno Fernandes. And in came Salah. And in came Martinelli. And this was all before the Champions League fixtures. And I'm happy to keep them. Simon has changed his name to Spy Gunner. Scored only 34. No. I don't think I'm free hitting in Game Week 34. Ryan, gonna stick to Game Week 32. Mind checking my team. 107. Yep, that's completely fine. Free hit whenever you guys want to. One thing I will let you guys know is that if you're free hitting in 32, make sure to make a transfer this week, because if you try and roll your transfer, you're not going to get two free transfers in 33. So, having said that, let's have a look at your team. But yes, for anyone who's free hitting in 32, make sure to make a transfer this week to set your team up for 33, or even target this week. What are we looking at? This is your team. Oof, 38. That was a tough week, eh? Okay, so if you're free hitting 32, Havertz has got to go. First of all, Havertz got to go. Bring in Haaland. That's one move straight away. If you can afford it, can you afford it? Yes, you probably can, I think. Havertz to Haaland. And Chilwell to who do we want? Who doubles in 34 as well? Do we want a City defender? Easy Shark, can we afford a City defender? Or I guess you could move. Do you want to move Bruno Fernandes off? No, I guess now we need him kind of. But he's been playing a bit more deeper for Manchester United, so you can keep him against Forest. But probably Havertz and Chilwell, since they don't double in 34 and have a tough fixture in 34 as well. Want to get Haaland, want to get rid of Madison and Bruno Fernandes. Okay, so Madison can go. Bruno Fernandes can go as well. First, I guess you try and move. So to bring Haaland in, you probably do Havertz out, right? He's the most expensive player out of that lot. 7.4. Oh, he's not the most expensive. 7.5. Oh no, he is the most expensive. is well, I would keep Watkins over Havertz. Havertz to Haaland, Madison to Grealish, maybe, or Grealish is the more informed recent one. Gundogan maybe in the same price bracket for City midfielder. Or Fernandes to a City midfielder, right? And then Madison maybe waits for the moment. You have 2 free transfers, I'm guessing. Yeah, you have 2 free transfers. If you wanted to take a -4, you could. But yeah, those are your options. Let me know what you think. Tin, how are you doing? Welcome. And Zachariah, welcome as well. How are you doing? Now, if you guys are new, make sure to hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe while you're here. We got a new prop. I'm back from my traveling. We got a new prop for my travelings. Have I put that correctly? Yes. There we go. So for now, this will be here for now until I can actually it'll be here for now until I can actually figure out where to kind of put it properly. I might have to rearrange this background properly. I just realized that you guys can't see that like easily. But there we go. So yeah. Evening FPL planner, how are you doing? I'm doing pretty good. Got a new prop you might have seen on Twitter. I think you've already seen this before on your travels maybe. But yeah, we're looking to see where we can put this for now. For now it'll be here, but probably have to figure out. That's why it has to move somewhere else. Okay, live stream fails. There we go. Alright. Mic arm blocking. Should be fine now. Alright, I don't mind a -4. Sweet. So if you don't mind a -4, Hobbiton, yes indeed, Hobbiton. If you don't mind a -4, then I guess you can go, looking back at your team, you go Havertz to Haaland, you go Madison to Grealish or Gundogan, which is a very punty move if you wanted to. So those two would be your City players. And let me know how much funds you need to clear. And then we can look to see whether you want to get rid of Fernandes or not. That's probably something that you might want to think about. So yeah, having said that, I will update you guys on the panel team as well. So the panel team, which is going on a mad run, crazy run, whatever, outscoring all the panel managers at the moment. And it's basically our punty team that we do. We try to play risky on that. The members of the football chatbox panel. And where is it right now? The panel team. It is 9th. So here we go. Oh, okay. Roy has managed to overtake the panel team. The panel team looks like this. Basically, what it's doing is it's removing Madison for KDB this week, and it's removing Tony for another Tony in Tony Martial. Because if you do Madison to KDB, we have only 6.3 million left, and the team is going to free hit in 32. So it's moving to be able to get another forward for 6.3 million. Martial is exactly 6.3 million. And given that United are obviously without any attacking options, and he's currently the only one left who could get attacking returns, it's going to Martial. So Madison to KDB, Tony to Martial. That will be what the panel team is doing for 2 free transfers, and then free hit in 32 is what the panel team is going to do. So just letting you guys know, and it's keeping Rashford obviously because he should hopefully be back by 34. We never know. We'll see. So that's basically what the panel team is doing. So yeah, that's the update from the panel team. Zachariah is trying Rashford, Havertz, Darwin to Haaland, Gabriel Jesus, Andreas for -8. Whew, or still have my wildcard in 33-34. What is the rest of your team looking like, Zachariah? Can you let me know as well? Is this your team? Where is your team? Is this your team? That was a tough week, last week. Is this your team? Yes, it is, right? So Havertz, you're thinking Havertz, Rashford, and Darwin. Havertz, Rashford, and Darwin. And you're moving them to Haaland, Gabriel Jesus, and Andreas for basically 2 weeks. Andreas plays in 32. Yes, he does against Leeds. Not too bad, I guess. Yeah. Can we do any other moves? I am trying to have a look. What happens if you move Harvey Barnes out instead of Rashford? Can't you just keep Rashford? Because Harvey Barnes and Rashford are basically the same. I think your selling price is almost the same for them. So can't you do that instead of moving Rashford out? Because Rashford you could potentially want back, or you might want more value stored on him. So what happens if we move Harvey Barnes out? Is that a possibility? Is that a possibility? 0.6 million after Havertz to Haaland and Madison to Grealish. 0.6 after Havertz to Haaland and Madison to Grealish. Okay, so that means 5.4 million defender. Do we really want to keep Chilwell? I think Fernandes could be a decent punt this week. Against Forest, to have a lot of injuries. Now, the problem with Fernandes is he's playing quite deep for Manchester United recently. Chilwell, on the other hand, I don't know what Frank Lampard is going to do. I think he's basically tossed the league away, that he's now going to go full-on rotation in this next game. So I won't be surprised if Chilwell gets rested. So maybe you could go Chilwell to another 5. You can go Chilwell to quite a few defenders, because 5.4 million is a lot of money. You could go Chilwell to... Oh, damn, I would have loved Ruben Diaz. But he's not an option. Do we really want to go for Triple City? Probably not. Well, I don't trust United defense, so I wouldn't recommend a Lindelof. But if you did trust United defense, then it's a Lindelof. But in your case, who can we get that doubles in 34? Liverpool defense is very expensive, isn't it? That's a problem. I don't mind getting rid of Chilwell as well. Fair enough. My team is Ruhil. Welcome. Rashford train? No, I'm not on Rashford train. He's on Rashford's train is unfortunately in for maintenance this week, so the Rashford train is currently on pause. I dead end Barnes plays 32. Will Barnes be fit for 32? Okay, if he is, then yeah, fair enough, keep him. Yeah, then you can do those moves, Zakaria. I guess that makes sense. Andreas for the mind. I guess you want Andreas for 32. Yeah, fair enough. You could do something like that. Gabriel Jesus is a very interesting option. Not many people will have him. My team is Kepa, Chilwell. Also welcome. Kepa, Chilwell, James. Triple Chelsea defense. Estupinan, Ake, Zinchenko, Martinelli, March, Mitoma, Salah, Fernandes, Tony, Haaland, Isak. Interesting. What are you planning on doing? Don't trust Chelsea defense or offense. I don't trust Chelsea at all at this point. Or anything Chelsea at all. Exactly. See, Sam? Welcome. Havertz was such a bad choice. Yeah, fair enough. I agree. I would get rid of Havertz. I think Chelsea just look lost. Going forward, here's the thing, right? Chelsea do have opportunities going forward, even in the Real Madrid game. Now, I didn't watch the game, but I watched the highlights, and they did have opportunities going forward. The problem is they can't finish, so that doesn't help. And given that Frank Lampard has come out and said that, what did he say? Let me get the exact quotes of Frank Lampard. Came out and said, tomorrow will be an opportunity for some players that didn't play in the Champions League, possibly didn't play at the weekend, to come in, because it's a game where we absolutely need freshness and energy as well. So he's going to go full rotation at this point, and Champions League second leg is his priority. So yeah, I would get rid of your Chelsea players. Maybe. I don't trust Frank Lampard in general, to be honest. But yeah, anyways, let me show you guys my team for anyone who's here back again. We've taken a -4 for the team, where Bruno Fernandes he was out, and Martinelli Maddison and Bruno Fernandes both made way for Martinelli and Salah. And captaincy is on Haaland this week. I would have been very tempted by Salah, but the thing is, it's not a home game for Liverpool. If it was a home game for Liverpool, I would have been extremely tempted to captain Salah, but for now I am going on the safe option of Haaland. Having said that, the weeks are running out, so I'm going to go. If I want to try and get into that top 100k, I've got to attack every week basically. So that's what we're trying to do. We're going to try and attack every week, try to get the best team out for every week as much as possible. Number 19 in the league. Let's have a look at Ruhil's team. And then Taku, baby, welcome. Jaswal, Rashford to Olise, and Bruno to Martinelli. Bruno to Martinelli. I mean, you could have just done Rashford to Martinelli. Did you have to sell Bruno Fernandes as well? Olise. Now, I do agree Crystal Palace have improved. But at the end of the day, they are still in a relegation battle. Keep that in mind. So, maybe it's a bit too bandwagonish, I would say. I guess, I don't know what are. Let me have a look at Crystal Palace fixtures before I actually write them completely off. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Depends on what chips you're playing, but yeah, the next 4 are actually pretty good against fellow relegation candidates. So yeah, that could actually work out. You never know. It could work out. I do also like, if you were looking at no, maybe Olise. Yeah, he's on set pieces as well, so he's probably their biggest threat. Yeah, fair enough. That could work out. It could work out. Let's have a look at Ruhil's team. Ruhil. What do we have, Ruhil? So what did you mention? You said not making any transfers this week, but would you mind looking at my team? Yes. Okay, let's have a look. And then that says, I guess Odegaard starts for Rashford. Solimarch in, maybe even Henry in. I don't know. I would probably start Solimarch as well, to be honest. Or who would you start? Would you? I guess you switch to a back 3 and start Solimarch as well. Oh no, you can't. Yes, switch to a back 3 and start Solimarch and play a 3-4-3. Maybe Rhea over Kepa. That's the other option, because I won't be surprised if Mendy actually starts this week. If Frank Lampard is going to rotate fully. And we know that Frank Lampard does like Mendy, to be honest. So that could also be an option. Salah and Gakpo versus Martinelli, and Saka versus Jesus and Martinelli. I like Salah as a really good option. So Salah is my first preference if you can get him. He looked... I don't know how people who had Salah last week didn't come away with a massive haul. Liverpool should have won that game, and Salah should have banged huge. So I do like Salah as an option, especially going forward. Gakpo, Sam, now I'll ask you this because you're a Liverpool fan. Now, obviously, Klopp has come out and said that Diaz is back, but I don't think Diaz will start. So most likely Diaz will get at least 30 minutes off the bench. Does that make Gakpo as a rotation problem? Martinelli, I like a lot. Especially, it depends on your chip strategy. Because in 34, if you're not free hitting, then how many Arsenal players are going to have in your team? I do like Martinelli though. I think Martinelli is a really good option. Gabriel Jesus is a very, very differential option that not many people will go to unless they're on a free hit 32 for that week alone. But yeah, Salah would be my first preferred option out of those lot. What about Chilwell to Mings for -4? Then Fernandes to Martinelli for... Oh, should I keep Fernandes? Keep Fernandes. Because it seems like Forest are quite a lot. Now, Now, to be honest, I wish I actually kept... Could I have kept Fernandes, to be honest? And actually did the transfers I did? If I had kept Bruno... Where is he? And I had like done... Salah... No, I couldn't have done that, no. I wouldn't have been able to afford it. Yeah, I would keep Fernandes. If you can keep Fernandes, I don't mind keeping Fernandes, to be honest. I would try and keep Fernandes if you could. Actually, don't mind it. Because he's still on pens. United are lacking in attacking options as well, quite a bit. So maybe he plays a bit more forward this week. And also, Forest have a lot of players injured. So that could also help United maybe to win this game this week. We don't know. Having said that, they are playing away, and away form for United in general isn't great in the Premier League. But Chilwell to Minks is not a bad week, to be honest. Not a bad option. The only thing is, this week you won't get any... Your chances of getting returns this week will be low. Maybe low. But I do like the move overall. This week alone, it might be low. Next week, maybe he could get something. Don't do the minus side though. Have wildcard and free hit in the pocket. Rashford out this week. Martinelli, Odegaard, Grealish. 18th in the league. Okay, let's have a look. Who would you start between Fernandes, Tony, and March? So Fernandes, Tony, and March. So let's have a look, right? Fernandes has Forest. I would start Fernandes. Tony has Wolves. And Solly March has Chelsea. Ooh, that's a tough one. That's actually a tough question. All three are playing away and also have pretty decent fixtures. Given your team... That's a tough one. Given how the players have gone in terms of form and everything, I would bench Fernandes then, in your specific situation also. But that's a tough one because everyone is good options and everyone could potentially get a return this week. Okay, let's have a look at Shubharan's team as well. Ruhil, I answered your... I kind of did, right? Yeah. It's a decent team. I think you should be... We'll look at your team for next week and see what we can do. But for now, since you're not doing anything, you don't really need to do anything as well, Ruhil. Seems like in a decent position. Let's have a look at Shubharan's team. Shubharan is having a really good season. Shubharan, here we go. Alright, what are we looking at? We are looking at 59 points, pretty good. So, Rashford out this week for Martinelli, Odegaard, or Grealish. If depends on when you're playing your free hit. If you're playing your free hit in 32, then you can go for Grealish. If you're playing your free hit in 34, then I would recommend Martinelli. Odegaard's decent, but I do like Martinelli more than I like Odegaard. So between Martinelli and Grealish, and that would depend on when you're playing a free hit. Sabitzer played with Sabitzer played with... I think Sabitzer seems to be playing that number 10 role. So I would expect Sabitzer to probably continue to play. Even with Eriksen fit, to be honest. I think he'll try and find a way to maybe play Sabitzer as like a second striker or something, whatever. Not really sure what he'll try and do, but he's been on really good forms. I don't see him dropping Sabitzer. Maybe he eases Eriksen in, but Sabitzer will continue to play in that like number 10 spot at the moment. Which is why Fernandes might be playing slightly deeper. So keep that in mind, but he's still on penalties, so he could get something. Should I start Estupinian? By the way, FPL Mate, welcome. Paul, welcome as well. Yeah, Bruno is playing deeper. That's the only problem. It's good for United because he's still getting chance creation and everything. He is still doing the chance creation. The only thing is he's not in a situation to haul in FPL unless they get a penalty. That's the thing. That's the problem. But you never know. With the injuries that United have right now, maybe Ten Hag changes the team a bit. We have to keep in mind that the defense is completely changed. So Varane and Martinez aren't there. So that affects United's ball playing ability from the back, which means Fernandes could tend to drop deeper because Maguire isn't the best, to be honest, on that. Lindelof is a good ball playing player, but you've seen when that happens, when like United don't get the ball up front, Fernandes starts to drop deep quite a lot. But yeah, should I start Estupinian over Botman? I'm playing Mings, Trippier, and one of them may be Benjamin Shaw. I don't mind Estupinian over Botman, especially given since you're starting Trippier. Try and maybe spread your risk. I do expect Villa to score against Newcastle, to be honest. So I don't actually mind starting Estupinian. Matt, how are you doing? What are the chances of Luke Shaw playing left centre back? Given that we have... that do depend on how fit Luke Shaw is. If Luke Shaw is fit enough, I think there is a good chance of him starting left centre back with Maguire right centre back. Because Ten Hag does like to play a left-footed player on that left centre back spot. So if Shaw is fit, he will play that left centre back spot with Malacia playing the left back spot. And if for some reason United seem like they're not creating any opportunities and whatnot, then I'm most likely expecting Lindelof to come on, Shaw to move to the left back spot, and Malacia to get like subbed out. That's probably what would happen, so that Shaw can be more attacking and help with the creating chances more. That's probably what would happen in the game, I'm thinking. Paul H, how are you doing? Rokugu, welcome. Can you see my team? Rank 65. What should I do with my 11? Made one transfer. Van Dijk for sure. Oof. And Zizo, welcome as well. Sam, Amit. Sam was already here. Amit, welcome. Missed anything? Well, for anyone who's back, I'm back in my usual setup. Back from my adventure. We went and got this as a prop. That's the only thing you would have missed. I kind of have to figure out where I should place it. For now, it will remain here until I figured out how to place it and hopefully it doesn't fall again. But yeah, that's basically the moment. Let me go back to the questions. Rank 65. Let's have a look at Rokugu's team. By the way, this is my team for this week. This is how it's looking like, just for anyone who is new and back. 71 points. What a legend. What are we looking at in your team for the moment? One transfer, Van Dijk to Shaw. Yeah, fair enough. I guess you start Van Dijk. Bench Minks or bench me? Bench Minks, probably. Me might keep a clean sheet. Start Mitoma over Madison. Start Ben White over Rashford. Your goalkeeper situation, you just got to hope and pray that one of them start. I think that's basically it. I don't think you need to do much difference apart from that this week. I would just start your bench. Zizo, how are you doing? Good morning. Good morning to you. Paul says, I'm tempted to bring in Mahrez instead of Grealish. Need a differential to climb rank. He could go off against his former club. Yeah, he could. One thing I will say with Pep and Pep's midfielders is it's very hard to tell what Pep will do, especially when you have Champions League fixtures around the corner. So it's actually tough to say whether Grealish or even Mahrez will be good picks. We can only go off like recent form, and Grealish is pretty good so far. Mahrez, obviously, we know he can deliver at times, but both of them are. I think Grealish right now is a bit more on the form side. Mahrez is a minutes risk a bit more than Grealish at the moment. So I would probably stick to maybe Grealish if you can. If you want a differential to climb rank, would you go Grealish or would you even go Gundogan? To be honest, because Gundogan will have more minutes. You can try Grealish. I'm not against it. Sorry, you can try Mahrez. But keep in mind things like this can happen. Bench, 18 minutes, 55 minutes. Can happen with Mahrez. Gundogan a bit more reliable. Points wise, not the most reliable at times. That's the one thing to kind of keep in mind. City everyone is basically a minutes risk every time. But yeah. Sam, have you used a free hit? No, I haven't. If not, which game week? Game week 34 is the plan. Salah must have for game week 32. In that case, I might use free hit and wildcard 33 to cover the game week 34. Shubharan's team. You can't afford Salah. Can you afford Salah? I mean, you could do Fernandes to Salah, can't you? Do you have the funds to be able to do Fernandes to Salah in 32? Because you can just wildcard and bring them back in. And then you can like free hit in 30. You could even free hit some other week if you wanted to. But all free hit depends on your team, guys. When is the best time to play the free hit? Well, that depends on your team. I don't think there is a specific game week that is correct for everyone. It'll all depend on your team and everything. Thanks, mate. I'm going to start Shaw with Estupinian backup. Yeah, I think if you have Shaw, you can give him a go and starting him. I do think he will probably play if he's fit enough to play. And if he's not fit enough, I don't think Ten Hag will risk him. So then Estupinian will just sub in, so it's fine. Amit says, nice props. Thank you. Just above the small football, behind... Yanba would look... No. This is not acceptable in this backdrop. Any City midfielder could explode. Seems like Grealish time now. Yeah, exactly. Like, he's been looking good, Grealish. Like, again, any City midfielder could explode. I mean, not next week, but the week after, in game week 33 or even 34, when it comes to game week 34, we could be talking about KDB being essential. So, with City, any player can explode. Yeah, I do agree. Maddison, Rashford, and Mitoma bench. I would bench Maddison. Rashford. I don't know if Rashford is going to be. This is a good question. I also have Rashford, and I don't know what to do with him. I'm thinking of benching him this week, but to be honest, if Rashford was fit, which they haven't mentioned that he's ruled out, but even I don't mind actually starting Rashford against Forest and benching. Who would I even bench? You know what? I don't mind trying this. I'll start Rashford against Forest because I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know whether he's fit or he's not fit. It doesn't tell properly. Ten Hag's injury. I mean, Ten Hag hasn't really given a good press conference on whether he's fit or not fit. So I might start him. And obviously, if he's not fit and he's not in the squad, it is what it is. Isaac will come on. If he's fit, I do like my chances. And if he starts, that is, against Forest. So I might try this and see. Given that we brought this up. But yeah, I would probably bench Maddison out of those three Rokugu. Amit, rate my team 12th in your league. Amit, you're having a really good season, aren't you? Let's have a look, shall we? One free transfer, 1.1 in the bank, have wildcard and free hit, which I would use in 32 and wildcard in 34. For 31, planning to Barnes or Rashi for Mahrez, not Grealish, because Grealish might bench for UCL, fair enough. Don't have funds for Bruno to Salah for free, gotta let go for Haaland. Don't you have your wildcard? You can wildcard him back again in 33 if you wanted to. Have you already transferred Haaland out 1 week? If so, you might not have too much value stored in him. I don't know. You could do the hokey cokey of like taking him out for 32, wildcard him back in kind of thing. Or if free hit is the way to go, I mean, free hit could also be a good option, to be honest. So that you don't have to lose value, team value. So yeah, okay. Let's have. I did Rashford to Grealish and McAllister to Martinelli for -4 this week. Fair enough. I think that's not a bad option. Feel pretty good about this game week. Nice. Good luck, Zizo. Sean, welcome. Mira, how are you doing? Welcome. How's your team going? How's the team going? What moves have you made? Let me know. Sean says, great to see you again. Is it worth a hit to transfer Bruno for Salah this week? Ooh. Well, I am not going to say no because I've already done that. I went and took a hit after witnessing Salah going crazy in the last game, and I have no idea how he didn't haul so much more than he should have. And now that he's going to be playing Leeds, who Leeds do like to attack, by the way, quite a lot, which leaves gaps at the back for Salah and Liverpool to exploit. So I expect a lot of goals in that game. So I would actually do it because I do think Bruno at times could play deeper. So I don't mind Bruno Salah for a hit. Now let me go back to Amit's team. Amit, this is your team. What's the plan, Amit? Did you mention again? 1 free transfer, 1.1 in the bank. 31 planned Barnes or Rashi for Mahrez and Grealish. If you're looking for a 1 week punt, I would probably go Barnes to Grealish. But then the other thing is, okay, you're using free hit in 32, which is fine. So then Barnes to Grealish is not a bad 1 week punt. We don't know if Rashford will be out or not. It says unlikely to play, so we have no clue. Even I have no idea what Ten Hag will actually do, and I don't know how long Rashford is out for, because it wasn't really clear about it. So maybe you take Barnes out for a City midfielder and start Rashford and see what happens. Bought in TA in place of Chilwell. Thoughts? Ooh. Trent, I saw Klopp say about this inverted fullback role for Trent. What do we think? Inverted fullback, possible that he gets more involved in the play, better chances of assist maybe. I think Trent in general, FPL wise, is a good option. Liverpool defensive wise haven't looked the best though, but you never know. Attacking options are good. I don't mind it, to be honest, and given that Chelsea might have a lot of rotation, I actually don't mind it. I like TA, might not lead to anything, but I would have done that too if I had the funds. It's a nice differential. Yeah, exactly. It might not lead to anything, but if it does, you probably get a big score. So yeah, it's a very interesting differential. Free hit 32 seems to be the way to go for my team. Just need to decide between Gundo and Grealish. Grealish seems to be on form right now and seems to be linking up well with Haaland and co. So maybe he could be the play. I do like Gundo as well. Decent option, does make late runs into the box. Hasn't been as explosive though, but again, any City midfielder can be explosive on that day. So far, Maddo to Grealish. On the cusp of a -4 to take Chilwell out. Undecided. Maybe for Trent or Ake. Who would you pick? The upside move is Trent. But the question is, would Trent block you from any other moves in like 33 or 34? where money becomes an issue. Would that be a problem? Because if money becomes an issue, then maybe Ake, right? Like let's say if you want to bring in like a Salah, I don't know if you still have Salah or if you don't have Salah. That's where the decision between Trent and Ake comes in. City do have, however, have the better double game week in 34. Start Kepa or Steele? I would start Steele and see how it goes. That's probably what I would do. But we don't know whether Steele is going to be playing or not. I think Chelsea won't score. Yeah, I also think Chelsea won't score, which is why I'm starting Estupinian. But I also expect Chelsea to rotate quite a bit, so you never know. I don't know who will try and perform this week from Chelsea. I mean, Arsenal was so lucky to get away with one last week. Yeah, I would agree. Absolute devastation in the second half. Yeah. Order priority for March, Estupinian and Botman. Probably in that order that you mentioned. March 1st, Estupinian 2nd, Botman 3rd. Ehan, welcome. Mac 10 to Grealish for -4. Lallana back in training, which might push Mac 10 defensive. I didn't know that. I didn't check that. Already have Mitoma and March as well. Wow, you have the entire Brighton midfield trio. Yeah, you could do that for a -4. To be honest, I'm not gonna sit here and tell people that don't take hits, because at this point everyone's playing for different objectives. Some people are playing for rank chasing, some people are playing to hold ranks, some are playing to win mini leagues and whatnot. So if it means, and also we're running out of game weeks as well, to be honest, we're running out of game weeks. So if you can get the best team out for that week, and if that means taking one -4, I don't mind it. Especially given that you're bringing in a double game week player. So I don't mind it, to be honest. It could work out, yes. Midfield role is good for Trent, but lack of Konate and Alisson worry me even with the Arsenal game. That's the thing, right? That's why I do agree that the Trent move is a differential move. It could, like Zizo mentioned, right? It could lead to nothing. But at the same time, if you're lucky, you probably get at least a clean sheet with a couple bonus points and maybe one assist. That's a massive score already. So it could lead to nothing. It could also probably lead to something. You never know. It's a very differential move, and it's a punt. Keep that in mind. That's the only thing. Isn't Chilwell more nailed in the Premier League with red card in UCL? Ooh, that's a good point. But the problem is the rotation to the rest of the Chelsea team. Will it mean that Chelsea keep a clean sheet? That's the one thing that I'm unsure about. Where is the previous? Let me see. What do you guys think? That's the one thing. Chilwell will most likely play then, but it's the rest of the team. Like, will it be an issue for clean sheet wise? Thanks, Ryan. I can get to Salah for 34 by sacrificing Kane's funds. Shouldn't be an issue, thankfully. Okay, then it's fine. You could probably do that. The Trent move. Maybe it works out. Barnes or Rashi replacement differential. Sabitzer, Mahrez, Gakpo. Gakpo, I'm a bit. I don't know about Gakpo, to be honest, guys. The thing is, for me, Gakpo, I like Gakpo. He's a good option, but I know Diaz is not going to start, and Diaz will most likely get about 15 to maybe at best max maybe 30 minutes. But going forward is what I'm like. Do you want Gakpo in your team going forward with Diaz also potentially back and would be more of a starter than Gakpo? That's a tough one there. Sabitzer, I do think will start in that number 10 role again. He seems to be now taking that number 10 role. So Sabitzer is a very differential punt, but United at the same time aren't always creating enough chances at the moment. We are limping to the end of the season at this rate, but he could be a very interesting differential punt. Mahrez as well is a punt, given that his minutes are not secured. But City do have the better double in 34. But Mahrez is not a player who will play 180 minutes. Sabitzer, on the other hand, has a higher chance of playing both games in 34. Whether they're 180 minutes is a different story. Yashpal, welcome. Olise or Eze? Olise is the one who is on the free kicks for Crystal Palace, isn't he? Where is my transfers? Yeah, he's the one on free kicks for Crystal Palace more, right? Olise, if I'm not mistaken. So maybe he could work out. Is a 0.89, 0.22, 0.05. Olise seems to be the better option. To be honest, even when in the United game, I think, was it United game? I don't know. Yeah, it was back in 22. He did cause an issue. So I would go with him just because of set pieces. Sander, welcome. Going without Haaland today. Hopefully Salah will get some decent returns as my captain. Ooh, interesting. I do like that. As a option this week. That's not a bad week. Salah is a very decent differential captain for this week, especially if you want to take punt and you're rank chasing. Not a bad option. How many hours to deadline? You have another 1 hour and about 12 to 13 minutes. By the way, guys, if you are new, make sure to hit the like button because it does help the stream. So hit that like button, hit the subscribe button as well. If you are new, it does help the stream. So yeah, smash the like button and subscribe if you are new. Okay, let me check anything else. All right, cool. So team looks to be good. Team looks to be locked. I think that should be fine. This team. We'll start Rashford and see what happens. If he plays, maybe we get lucky. If he doesn't play, it is what it is. And then Isaac will come on. The rest of the team I'm kind of happy with. And Haaland will be captain. I think I'm happy with this team for the moment and see how it goes basically. What do you guys think? Let me know. Cool. Think this should be fine for now. We'll see how we go. Let me know if you guys have any other interesting questions in terms of mini leagues. Obviously, in the Football Chatbox League, make sure to join. League code's in the description. We got Mike leading the way. Luke in third. Sander in second. Raul in fourth. Simon in fifth. And Zodiac sixth. Ate, which is Zachariah, who is currently 7th. Roy from the panel is on 8th. The panel team is in 9th, and Stevie is in 10th. That's your top 10. Obviously, Amit just closing in behind as well. So interesting times. Let's see how you guys go. Evan also there, regular on the chat. Shubharan right behind. Let's see how you guys go. Very interesting. Obviously, I forgot to mention, the cup starts this week. Who do you guys have in the cup? We will keep an eye out. I think a lot of buys are happening based on Game Week 30 scores. So if you have, cup starts this week in Game Week 31 for the Football Chatbox Football Chatbox Mini League. So let me know if you guys have a buy, or are you guys playing someone. Let me know in the comments. We will keep an eye out for these as well to see how you guys are doing on that as well. Your second season wonder. That makes sense. Now I know what Zizo's team is. There we go. Have I pronounced your name correctly though? Is Kepa playing? Very good question. Unfortunately, we won't know a proper answer on that, I think. Because Frank Lampard, I don't think was fully... What did he say about it? He may play. Okay, so Lampard has said on Kepa Mendy selection, I don't see any reason to do anything different at the moment. Which means he probably won't rotate his goalkeepers. So Kepa will most likely play. Yeah, so Kepa will most likely play. Alright, cool. Now, what else would we do for this team? I think going forward for game week 32, I will need to drop one player between Estupinan, Mitoma, Rashford, or Haaland. Maybe I might drop Estupinan, to be honest, for some other defender, but I haven't decided really if I want to do that or not. We'll have to see. I haven't really decided how I'm going to approach 32 in terms of who I would bench and who I'd sell, but we'll see. Any Newcastle midfielder that interests you on a 2-week punt? Not really, no. Not really. Unfortunately, not really. Because Newcastle, mostly their goals seem to become... I mean, if you want a Newcastle punt, it's on the forward line between Isaac or Callum Wilson. Midfield, it's very hard to tell who will actually return and be a punt. In Norwegian, it's pronounced like Simon, but in English, I generally just say Simon. Simon? I'll just call it Simon. I'll just call you Zizo. Simon in English, in Norwegian, it's Simon. Is Jolinton? I mean, Jolinton? Yeah. That could be a decent option. Let's go Newcastle. Oh, yeah. 5.9. 2-week punt. Could be. I expect him to start, yes. That's actually not a bad option. I know Roy has gone for Willock from the panel team, but even except for that United game, everything else he hasn't really returned, to be honest. Jolinton does have the opportunity to bang at times, so could be a good option. Otherwise, there aren't that many other options, to be honest. You can call me whatever you like. Fair enough. All right. Ed Boss, welcome. How are you doing? I just bought in Saka instead of Martinelli. Which one do you prefer? I generally do prefer Martinelli because I think he, in the last few weeks, except for the 1 week where Saka decided to haul more than Martinelli has looked the better option. So I do prefer Martinelli, but I think both are good options. If you can own both, I would own both if you can. How is the panel team doing? The panel team this week, I'll actually bring it up for you guys. Let me bring it up for you guys. So the panel team. This is the panel team. 60 points last week. We bought in Haaland for the panel team. I think was the one free transfer, which was, I don't even know who we had. Was it Havertz? Did we have Havertz? Let me see. What did the panel team actually do last week? Transfer history. It had Havertz, yeah. So it had Havertz. Havertz went to Haaland, and we captained Haaland on the panel team. And this week, we bought in KDB and Martial for Tony and Madison. And we captained Haaland. That's the panel team. Is Haaland having the armband, or will there be a change? Haaland will have the armband. I would have been very tempted by Salah if Liverpool were playing at home. I think Liverpool at home are way better team attacking wise than they are away. So I would have been actually tempted by Salah if that was a home game. Where are you located? I am located in Australia. Difficult to catch up the panel team this season. I wish I could catch up to the panel team as well. But the funny thing is the panel team has been mostly risky play this season. And given the way this season has gone, it has been a season where punts have actually, or differential players have actually delivered. Which has benefited the panel team given that it's a very differential team most of the season. So it has benefited in that specific case. Also given that we've forgotten to make transfers in certain weeks, has also been very funny that it's up there. But yeah. Malayali? No, I'm not Malayali. Leeds are more into attacking, hoping benefits Salah on the counter. That is why I also bought him in this week. So I'm hoping it actually benefits him. We'll have to see though if it will benefit him or not. I'm hoping it does. So we will see. And I'm expecting actually a big point score from Salah this week, hopefully. So let's see how it actually goes. Free hit 32 versus free hit 34. That depends on your team. If your team is well set up for 32 without a free hit, then play it in 34. If your team is well set up for the doubles in 34 without a free hit, then play a free hit in 32. And if your team is well set up for both in 32 and 34, which isn't easy to do, but if it is, then play it in 37. Or play it whenever you think there is a good opportunity to play it. Fazid, welcome. Chubal to Estupinian, Rashid to Grealish, or Odegaard to Grealish / Martinelli. When Rashid to Grealish, or Odegaard to Grealish / Martinelli. Chilwell to Estupinian. You could do it, but do you want? I don't. If you're trying to, I don't know if I want to bring in Estupinian now itself, unless you want him for the doubles in 34. Ashford to Grealish could work. Odegaard to Grealish or Martinelli. It depends on what are you doing in 34. Are you... If you want double Gameweek players in 34, then I would do Odegaard to Grealish. Especially if you're free hitting in 32. Does Shaw and White start over Estupinan in your opinion? Ben White for this week, I would, yes. Luke Shaw... Luke Shaw, given the fact that Forest have so many injuries, also, I would probably start him, yes. Haaland seems to be a choice of all by miles in the poll. Yeah, I think so. I think that the fact that they won 3-0 in the first leg against Bayern does help a lot, with that being Haaland at 79%. If City won only 1-0 against Bayern, the poll you're seeing right now in terms of captaincy for Haaland will be way more smaller. A lot of people will be talking about rotation and whatnot. If City won 1-0. The fact that they won 3-0 is why he's way more like picked comfortably. I have 9 to 10 for blank game week 32, but they're kind of lame players. If you think then if you don't like your players for 32, then play the free hit in 32. If you don't like it in 32. Estupinian for 1 game week, he blanks next. Surely you can get a better defender for 1 game week. This isn't the week to bring in Estupinian. Exactly, yeah. I also don't think it's the week to bring in Estupinian. Exactly, yeah. I would look for a better option. I think there are better options for defensive options. And also, I don't think Brighton have the best double in 34 as well. So you can, if you want to bring in like Estupinian, you can delay it a bit more for when they have that double in either 36, I think, and then the double in 37. You don't have to bring in Estupinian now itself. Chilwell to Robertson, maybe. Yeah, that could actually work. Chilwell to Robertson. If you have the funds, that is. That's for Fazit, by the way. I feel like TA should be mentioned as a good defender these game weeks. Good run of fixtures? Yeah. TA has... The thing with Liverpool defense, I think we mentioned this earlier as well. The Liverpool defense, the players you get like Trent or Robertson, it could lead to something. Like you could get points, but you could also not get any points. That's how, unfortunately, inconsistent the Liverpool team have been in terms of defensive options. So fixtures do breed form, so maybe it helps, but it's hard to say. They could be mentioned, but given their inconsistencies, that's the reason why they aren't mentioned as much. Alright, now, in terms of the deadline, we still have less than an hour to go. So let me know how everything is going. Unfortunately, the first game is not one where we really need early team news. Or I guess a few people might want early team news because some might have concerns over Would you want any early team news for the first game? I don't think we're going to even get one. To be honest, it's going to be hard to get any. They don't really leak per se. Will Konate and Shaw play this week? Where is the question? Let me bring that up again. Evan, you should be. Do you think Konate is in a position to play from Liverpool? Let me see what Klopp actually said on the press conference notes. Let me bring it up for you guys because you guys can also kind of like read it with me. So, Klopp in his press conference. Where are Liverpool? West Ham, Leicester, Tottenham, Newcastle, Chelsea, Arsenal. Here we go, Liverpool. Alisson and Konate have missed a couple days of training. Couldn't train for 2 days. Should be back today. Maybe. If he said should be back today, hopefully. Maybe. It's hard to say. Maybe. He maybe gets an option. I don't know. It's hard to tell. You used to show a poll. I don't remember the website. What's the captaincy choices there? Okay. I used to show on Fantasy Football Scout for you guys. Fantasy Football Scout. There's your poll, and there's also the one for Rashford as well. Shaw, I think if he's fit, I think Shaw will play. Konate, I don't really know. Maybe if he's fit also, I think Konate will play. So for both players, if they're fit, they might play. If the game week against City, TA's numbers are looking good though. And of course, Chelsea, where he didn't play. Fair enough. Yeah, I do agree with that. Mike, how are you doing? Rashford or Maddison to Grealish? If you're free hitting in 32, I would go Maddison to Grealish. Sorry, Mr. Reply. Shaw and White over Estupinan. Yeah, I would do that. Yeah, I would actually start Shaw and White over Estupinan. Locked in my team early. Nice. What did you go with? I think you what? How did you kept Bruno, right? And you went Haaland and you got rid of Maddison as well, I think. Easy shock. So that's the poll, by the way, for those who wanted to know. Let me switch it back to my team. So this is how the team looks. I have started Rashford, but then I don't expect him to play, to be honest. So if he doesn't play, Isaac will come on. If he does play, maybe I have a differential Rashford. People are going for Watkins as captains. That's probably just because Watkins has been on form and Villa at home. But it's the early kickoff, so I wouldn't really go there. I think Watkins will score. I actually expect both teams to score from this game. But the thing is, I don't know if he'll haul. He probably won't haul. So that's why I've gone Haaland. Then again, new manager bounce for Leicester. Although I don't really know how much of a new manager bounce they're going to get. Because City are at home and City are better at home. I'm surprised Kane is so low on your captaincy. I'm also surprised by that. I'm surprised that Salah is more voted than Kane as captaincy option. But I don't know if how much that has to do with the fact that a lot of people probably sold Kane to get back to Haaland. I don't know how much of that also had an impact. But yeah, I thought Kane would be more voted here. But yeah. Start Chilwell or Botman? Chilwell. I would start Chilwell. Expected points for Grealish versus Martinelli. Let's have a look. Are we looking for this week only? If it's this week only, Jackie Boy, where is Jackie Boy? Is at 5.0 and Martinelli is at 4.4. If it's this week only. Let me actually bring that. This is midfielders, by the way. Not everyone. It's just midfielders. Free hitting in 32, will Grealish start? If you're free hitting in 32, then yeah, I would go for Grealish. I do expect him to start because he's been linking up well. So he should most likely start. But then again, this is Pep Guardiola, so it's very hard to say always with the confirmation. But I do expect him to start. Even the we used to do the let me get it up. Hold on, give me a second. I used to do the prediction for you guys. Let's bring that up as well. From Jump the Wave, Emma. Here we go. So Man City predicted lineup from the predictors. We've got Edison that's blocked out for you guys, unfortunately. Can I make it smaller? Even if I make it smaller, it's not going to change anything, unfortunately. Does it? No. Well, let me try this. Is that too small for you guys? But okay, you guys can see that Edison is there, so you guys don't really need to worry about that. The rest is what you're probably looking at. So you got Stones, you got DS, a lot. Stones 60%. Ake and Rodri also seem to be nailed. Gundo and KDB, Haaland, Grealish 95%, Mahrez 100%. So Grealish is most likely what people are expecting to start. So yeah, Grealish should be fine, hopefully. If you guys want to see for the other teams, we can try and see what they have as well for the other teams. I feel Salah should be higher than Kane for captaincy. Could be. Yeah. That's not. I just thought that Kane was more owned, so I expected Kane to be higher. Because I didn't think Salah would be that highly owned, but maybe he is now. We'll have to see what the ownerships are like. I haven't had a look at it. This week and Gameweek 33 combined if possible. I can do that. Yes, I can. Oh wait, you mean this week and Gameweek 33? That might be. We could slightly do that. I can't select game weeks, but I can show you. And then you'll have to counter. So here's Martinelli 4.4 and 3.1. And that's Grealish 5.0 and 3.7. So Grealish is obviously higher. G, welcome. You check out my team 77. Who should I move out? 2 free transfers. Okay, we'll have a look. Henry to Stones, another option. Yes, that's also another option if you wanted. That's also, if you wanted a defensive option, that's also not too bad. Not as much upside, but not a bad option. Okay, let's have a look at G's team. Two free transfers, eh? What are you planning on? G, what are you planning? What chips do you have left? Where do you plan on playing those chips? If you could let me know. Thoughts on Leicester under new boss? The new boss hates FPL, doesn't he? Thoughts on Leicester? I think they are. The thing with Leicester is, we'll see what happens with Dean Smith. When he was at Aston Villa, he wasn't too. How do you put it? I mean, Aston Villa were a decent team under him. I think they're a better team right now under Emery. How hard to say, to be honest, what they'll do under the new manager. The way Leicester are playing right now, though, I do expect them to get relegated. Unless for some reason the new manager is able to change it, they're playing relegation football. Basically, their form is so bad right now. So we'll have to see whether he can make a drastic change on it. The City game might not be the game where I think they make a change. You never know, but I highly doubt it. Okay, let's have a look at G's team. G, what are you planning on doing? Start Pinnock or Botman? Sorry, lots of bench dilemma. That's fine. Pinnock or Botman? I'll probably go Pinnock because I'm assuming you already have Trippier as well, right? Free hit 32 and triple captain 34. Ooh. So if you're free hitting in 32, it's got to be Rashford, right? Rashford to a Grealish maybe? Or how much money do you have in the bank? 1.3. It's probably got to be Rashford to a City midfielder. Then you could also move... Damn, this is unfortunate, this bench. You could move... And you still managed to get 71 points. Damn. So Rashford to City midfielder, and do we move Rico Henry out? But he's playing. He has a good fixture this week. Have you thought? Have you thought of like who do you want? Maybe you go. I don't know. Would you go Shah to someone else? Maybe. Or do you keep Shah? Maybe do you go Rico Henry to... Who can we actually get? Maybe another City defender? Triple up on City? Would you triple up on City? Or can you get to a Liverpool defender? They are a very interesting option this week. I think Liverpool's fixtures also aren't too bad. It's not a bad set of fixtures. So Liverpool defender maybe? Is that a possibility? Any chance of City leagues? Nah, no chance this early. It's very tough. Too early to get a City league at the moment. Play Pickford against Fulham at home or Rea against Wolves? I do like Rea against Wolves. I know he's away, but I think he's a better option at the moment. You could Pickford at Fulham. Fulham without Mitrovic. Tough one that. Could work out. Pickford at home could work out. But Rea will get you a lot of save points as well. Maybe Watkins or Marsh to someone. Oh, you mean Tony to Watkins? Is that the play? Tony to Watkins? March? Solly March to... Do you want to move Solly March to... But would you move Solly March? I think Solly March is still a pretty good hold. You could move Solly March to a City midfielder if you wanted to. If we expect Rashford to come back. By 34. So maybe you could move Solly March to a City midfielder. Triple City is within consideration. Yeah. Can you move March to a City midfielder and have enough funds? Probably. I think so. Because you might move out Kane later. Not now, but you probably move him out later, right? To try and free up some funds. Tony this week you can hold. I think Tony this week is a pretty good option. You probably move Tony whenever he gets his yellow card. Maybe he doesn't get it at all as well. That's a possibility as well. Nothing in the bank with Grealish move. Hopefully he starts and returns. Oh, yeah. I think, well, with Pep Guardiola, you never know, but I do expect him to start. I don't see why he won't start. Given that they won the first leg as well, 3-0. City leaks, I don't think we'll get. Let me try again and see. I don't expect any City leaks. Who? Nope, nothing. I'll have to give a good thought. Fair enough. Vardy masterclass against City. Do you think Vardy will start though? Nothing in the bank. Do you think Vardy will start? I don't know. Maybe Iheanacho masterclass against City. Maybe the new manager finally decides to start Iheanacho. You could do triple City. Maybe for now you go with the double City, and then you could think about triple later on. Maybe you don't need to rush the triple City just yet. But then again, you said you do have 2 free transfers, right? So you probably want to use both transfers this week if you are free hitting in 32. Because your extra transfer won't get carried over if you carry it over. That is probably the situation. Who would you go for free hit? Let's have a look and see. From some City. Vardy comes on at 60 minutes with City leading 2-0, grabs a point for Leicester. Ooh. Is this what you wish for, Shubharan? Who do you support again? I need to see. Let me close all of this. Oh no, what did I do? I'm gonna win. Shame on City. Liverpool. You don't want City winning the league, do you? The plan is to use the 2 transfers. Yep. So if the plan is to use the 2 transfers, I guess you could go that way. So let me switch this to. Can you afford? Well, the problem with City, Liverpool. Well, here's the good thing: Liverpool defense next season will be very cheap, thankfully. So that's one positive of their inconsistencies this week. I mean, this season. City defense. City defense doesn't. There isn't much upside, but Stones is not a bad option, especially from set pieces. Davo, welcome. I wish for Liverpool to get tougher, but don't think that's happening. So Arsenal to win the league this season. Fair enough. Any advice on my team? I'm 11th in your league. Okay, let's have a look. Arsene Wenger's endgame. What a team! What a team name. Let's have a look. Debating between selling Havertz or Madison. I'm using free hit in 32, wildcard in 33, bench boost in 34. I would probably sell Havertz. I think he's going to get benched this week. I think he's going to get rotated, to be honest. But then at the same time, you probably bench Madison because he's playing against City. So, depends on who you want to bring in. Wildcard 33. So, it's a 1 week punt, basically. Damn, it's a 1 week punt. Who is the best 1 week punt for this week? How much money do you have in the bank? 1.7. Damn it. One free transfer. Who would be the best 1 week punt with the money you have in the bank? Havertz to Gabriel Jesus. What do you think? Davo. Havertz to Gabriel Jesus. Do you have triple Arsenal? You don't have triple Arsenal, do you? 1, 2. No, you don't have. Havertz to Gabriel Jesus. Do you think that's worth a punt? 1 week? Sam is. Dash, welcome. How are you doing? What is the 2? Is that for the Liverpool to get top 4? Looking to free hit Gameweek 32, and I'm confused what to do right now. 41 in the league. We'll have a look. Martinelli, Odegaard, or Jesus? Yeah, I think if you want a 1 week punt, very, very differential, it would be Gabriel Jesus. Martinelli is the more preferred in terms of rank, holding, / EO, whatnot. But Gabriel Jesus is very tempting. Having said that, Dutch free hit Gameweek 32, 41 in the league. Okay, let's have a look. While I'm having a look at Dash's team, Davo, let us know what you think. 41. Ice cold Martial. Is it time to bring in Tony Martial? Looking to free hit Gameweek 32. .3. What would you do with this team? I guess you have the option of Rashford to a City player if you wanted to start Fernandes this week. That's probably what I would do. Unless you keep Rashford and you move Fernandes out. So you start Mitoma ahead of Rashford, White ahead of one of the Newcastle players, and maybe start Shaw as well over Estupinan. Or you could start Estupinan if you wanted to. And then you move Rashford to a City player. Although I don't think you have the funds to do that, unfortunately. 6.9, 7.1. Oh no, you have exact funds to do Rashford to Grealish. That's probably what you can do, Dash. Dom, welcome. How are you doing? Good option, I agree. Fair enough. There you go. As a striker, Gabriel Jesus looks good. No 90 minutes though. Yeah, that's the thing. He won't get 90 minutes though, but you could still be very differential. Karan, how are you doing? Thoughts on Olise? People seem really hot on him this game week. Yes, I've had a few questions on Olise as well. He could be a very decent differential option. Given the fixtures, he is also on set pieces. I've seen a lot of people ask about him this week. I mean, maybe there are better midfielders, but it would depend on your chip strategy as well. The thing is, they don't double in 34. You would ideally prefer to have a double game week player in 34 than Olise though. That's the one thing. I'm not sure who to take out, Watkins or Tony, unless you're benching Olise in 34, that is. I'm not sure who to take out, Watkins or Tony for Haaland. thinking Tony due to the 9 yellow cards. I can do. Yeah, I would take Tony more than I would take Watkins. I think Watkins is on good form, so I wouldn't take him out. Tony does have the risk of that yellow, so I would just do Tony to Haaland. And given that you just said you can do straight swap from Tony to Haaland, I would probably do that. I wanted to get Olise as differential with easy fixtures as well. There we go. Another Olise question. I mean, you guys, if you guys are, it could be a very good differential. But at the same time, it's Crystal Palace. However, having said that, the next 4 game weeks for Crystal Palace are all against relegation opponents. So maybe it actually does pay off, and some reason Roy Hodgson has managed to get this Crystal Palace team firing on all cylinders and they're going full on attack mode. So could be a decent option. Does it make sense to roll my transfer? What was your chips again? No, wait. If you're free hitting in game week 32, don't roll your transfer. Because I should mention this to people. If you're free hitting in game week 32, your transfer would not carry on to game week 33. In game week 33, you'll have only one free transfer if you play a free hit in 32 and you think about rolling it this week. So if you're playing free hit 32, make sure to use your transfer this week to set your team up for 33 as well. Or you can just target this week as well. Doesn't matter. But your transfer will not carry over, so make sure to use it. Play Mitoma or Botman. Trippier already in 11. I would play Mitoma. Or Madison. I would play Mitoma. I think Mitoma gets something against Chelsea. Jackie Ladd in free hit 32. Wildcard 34. Hoping for a green arrow. Nice. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck. Hopefully it pays off. Also, people, make sure you hit the like. Hit the subscribe. Hit that subscribe button if you are new and if you enjoy the content. March or Watkins this game week? Who like Watkins? I think he could get some returns, Watkins. Gaily bro. Is it Gali bro? Hopefully I haven't pronounced that wrong. Start 2. McAllister versus Shaw versus Chilwell versus Estupinan. I would start Shaw. Chilwell versus McAllister versus Estupinan. Oh, would I start? Yeah, I would probably start Shaw just because of the fact that there is a chance he plays centre back, and when he does play, if they do keep a clean sheet, he will get some bonus points. Between McAllister, Chilwell, and Estupinan. Now Chilwell will play because he got the red card in the Champions League, and because of that, he's not going to get rotated. So you could start Chilwell. Will they keep a clean sheet? I highly doubt it. So then you probably prefer the attacking option. Then I would probably go McAllister in that specific case. So I'll probably start McAllister and Shaw. And if Shaw doesn't play, then maybe Estupinan comes off the bench for that. Or you have Chilwell over the bench. Chilwell as the first option. I have just a little bit of benching dilemma. Play Mitoma or March. I like Mitoma, so I would say Mitoma. But it's up to you. But I like Mitoma generally. Play Kepa or Rea. I've gone Rea on my team. Kepa will play most likely, but I don't think they're keeping a clean sheet. If they keep a clean sheet, I'll be shocked. Play Zinchenko or Madison. Zinchenko. My choices would be Mitoma. Okay, it's the same thing. I transferred March for Grealish and I left 4.4 in the bank. That's not too bad. Who would be a good option? 4.4 in the bank after you've done March to Grealish. It's not the one. G, where's your team again? What was the 70 something? 70. Did I have your team up? I thought I did. So you did March to Grealish, and you have 4.4 in the bank. And you were playing your chips when again? You were playing free hit? Free hit in 32, triple captain 34. Okay. 4.4 in the bank. Damn, I wish you could get to Salah, but you unfortunately can't afford it. So the next best option. What is the next best option? This sounds incredibly, how would I put it? Could potentially be risky. But Saka to Salah? Extremely risky. Extremely risky. Could pay off. But yeah, Saka to Salah. What do you think? If you're rank chasing, I mean, maybe. That is, given that you're holding Kane, you're free hitting in 32, so you can actually bring Saka back. 33, they play against City. 34, they don't have a double game week. Maybe Saka to Salah. Obviously, West Ham is a really good fixture, so he will most likely score. So that's the only thing. If you want, you can go for a defensive option. In maybe Rico Henry to a Liverpool defender if you wanted to, or City defender. Maybe a City defender. Upset of this Premier League game week. Upset of this Premier League game week. Would Forest beating United be an upset this week? I don't know if Forest beating United would be an upset. It's very hard to say. I would say that would be the upset this game because United are limping at the moment. So maybe that's an upset. The actual upset though, I would probably say Forest beating United, but the actual upset could probably be very unlikely to happen. Oh, actually, you never know. Maybe Aston Villa beating Newcastle. Everything else, I kind of expect Arsenal to beat West Ham. I kind of expect City to beat Leicester. The rest, nothing really we're looking at. Palace, I expect them to beat Southampton. From an FPL point of view, maybe Forest beating United or Aston Villa beating Newcastle. Lampard should listen to this. Listen to what? From my opinions on his Chelsea team. Thanks, just needed a bit of reassurance. No worries. Are you sure I don't get 2 free transfers in 33? No. If you play a free hit in 32, I'll show you guys. You guys can test this as well. For anyone who uses FPL. If you play your free hit in 32, your transfer doesn't carry on. Your free hit technically is like a 1 week wildcard. Think of it like that. It's a 1 week wildcard. If you let's say wildcard as well, right? If you had a free transfer this week and you wildcarded, if your wildcard also doesn't carry over. So your free hit your extra free transfer doesn't carry over. Is Darwin a guaranteed starter? In the last few weeks, he hasn't really been a guaranteed starter. So I would say no at this point. And to be honest, I think Liverpool are slightly better without Darwin on the pitch in terms of finishing chances. Darwin, for some reason, just can't finish his dinner at the moment. So, yeah, I probably wouldn't say he's a guaranteed starter. I do think Jota is over him at the moment. Alright, people, by the way, we have 20 minutes more for the deadline. So make sure to set your teams, lock your teams, make your transfers, all of that good stuff. Gee, you wanted a good option for defense, no? Maybe a City defender. City defender is a good option for defense. If you want a very differential option, it would have to be a Liverpool player. But I don't know. Their chances of keeping clean sheets aren't high. So City defender is probably a better bet. As in like a Stones maybe, or Ruben Diaz. Maybe Stones. I think he's cheaper, so Stones probably. Or Rico Henry, most likely. That's probably where I would go. Don't bench Isak. I don't want to, but let's say, for example, if Rashford was to start, right? And if Rashford was to start from that midfield, who would you bench? Should I just do this instead? And for example, let's just happen to say that Rashford gets a game. Would you prefer Rashford over Mitoma? Maybe it's Rashford over Watkins. Nah, I like Watkins. I like Mitoma as well. Do we think Rashford gets any game time? Or do we think he's not going to play at all? I do like the option of like having him for the moment. You really want to get Tony? Oh, but Tony's a risk though. Is Bruno Salah worth considering? Yes, it is. I think Bruno Salah is definitely worth considering. Said he hopes that he will be back for Sevilla second leg. Rashford, right? Yeah, that's the thing. So maybe Rashford is not fully out. If he's fit against Forest with the number of injuries that Forest have, I do like that. But I want to start Mitoma as well. Decisions. The thing with Isak is Isak could very well get benched at times or rotated. That's the one thing. Whereas Mitoma will definitely start. I'm just going to keep it like this and see. I do agree that Isak is a really good option, but I want to try it and see. I don't know. It's a tough one. Rashford should be wrapped in a cotton ball considering the lack of strike options. That's also true. I have not got Haaland in my team. So what do you think of Tony to Haaland, Rashford to Olise, and Shaw to Ake for a -4 to be able to fund him? That's actually not a bad -4. Caden. That's not a bad -4. So I don't mind that as a -4. Start Botman versus Villa or Dunk versus Chelsea. Which would you rather do? I'm currently starting Estupinan versus Chelsea. And I do have Botman. So I would probably do Dunk versus Chelsea. Because I do expect Villa to score against Newcastle. I can't see Villa not scoring at home. So I'll probably do Dunk versus Chelsea. And also Zades and Kaden, welcome to the Football Chat Box. What do you guys think? Rashford potentially transferred out by a lot of people. If he does get minutes, this is the only time he'll be a differential. Is Shaw fit? We don't really know. But if he's fit, he might play. Gakpo worth a punt? Maybe. But 90 minutes, not probably guaranteed. Just because Diaz is also back, Diaz will most likely get a few minutes. So if Diaz is going to get a few minutes, then you expect Gakpo to get rotated, right? For those minutes. Because you also have Darwin Núñez and Jota. So those two will get rotated there. That's the thing. Maddison over Henry? Or do you think Leicester will get destroyed by City? Ooh. I do think Leicester will get destroyed by City. But the expected points gap isn't too much of a difference. It's basically 4 points. That is at times worth a risk. That 4 points is maybe worth a risk to start Maddison in the hopes that he maybe gets an attack in return. And given that I've transferred him out, it'll be just my luck that Maddison decides to score this week. But you could take that. You could take that gamble. I still do expect them to get destroyed. I think. You never know. New manager bounce. Never know. You could try starting Maddison over Henry. Because Brentford also aren't the most defensively sound team at times. I guess starting Rashford isn't a bad considering Isak comes on if he's actually injured. That's what I'm also thinking, right? If Rashford is actually injured, then he's not going to play the game, and then Isak comes on. If Rashford isn't injured and starts the game against Forest, probably be the only time he's going to be less owned by a lot of people. And it's a good fixture, is what I'm thinking. It's a tough one. I do like Isak as an option as well, but I'm willing to risk it. I have to find, if I'm trying to rank chase, this is one way of rank chasing as well. Who should I bench? 23rd in league, and I did Maddison to Grealish. Let's have a look, Mark. Let us have a look. I mean, the way a bench is currently is completely fine. Maybe change the bench order if you wanted to. Maybe McAllister over Botman. The rest of your bench is completely fine. I would probably keep it as it is. And maybe you can start Chilwell over the double Newcastle defense. Who do I remove? Henry for Shaw or Ake is what I'm considering. I would go for Ake at the moment. I can pick anyone up to 5.8. Yeah, I would probably go for Ake. For me, I prefer City defense at the moment over United defense. Tenag mentioned that he hopes Rashford to be back against Sevilla. Most likely Rashford is injured, but he could be doing a Mourinho. I highly doubt he's going to do a Mourinho, but maybe you get something. Tiger and Guna, how are you doing? What time is the deadline? It's in 10 minutes time. Only reason making me stay away from Haaland as captain is because Leicester are battling relegation and will try to defend deep and settle for a draw to get 1 point. You would like to think that, but they've been battling relegation against other teams as well, and we were expecting them to actually win some other games, and they haven't done that. They've actually looked poor. So I don't know, maybe new manager bounce actually changes things, but yeah. Final thoughts, Ryan. Barnes to Grealish or Mahrez? I like Grealish more than Mahrez. I think Grealish minutes are better assured than Mahrez, so I would go Grealish. Would you start Estupinan or Madison? I could also take a hit to get rid of Madison for Mahrez or Olise and start them instead. Ooh, I do like that hit as an option. Depends on when you're playing. Davo, depends on when you're playing. Oh, you said your free hit when you're playing your free hit, didn't you? When did you say you're playing your free hit again? Let me have a look. Free hit in 32, you said. Oh, you said wildcard in 30. Oh, if you're wildcard in 33, then it's just a 1 week punt, right? If it's a 1 week punt, maybe going for Mahrez isn't a bad option. For a 1 week punt, I would probably try it. Yeah, I would try a 1 week punt. It's not bad. Do you think Leicester have a defense that can sit back? I also don't think so, but yeah. Why start Rash? Has he got any chance for minutes this week? I have no idea whether he's got chances for minutes this week. But at the same time, we were not really told that he's out, completely out. So I am willing. Here's the thing. At my rank, I'm willing to risk it. Depending on where you guys are at your rank, your risk preference will vary. At my rank, I'm willing to risk it at the moment. Under new manager, we never know. Fair enough. Should I start Shaw or Ake? I would start Ake. 10 minutes to go. Yes, 10 minutes to go. Make sure to set your teams up. I would start Ake, by the way, Kaden. I just prefer City defense over United defense. I think United are currently limping, but didn't have City defense, and you were asking me whether you should start Shaw over a Newcastle defender. That was not Trippier, then I would probably go Shaw in that specific situation. Thanks. Good luck to everyone. Good luck. Yes, good luck to you as well. If you guys are new, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. It does help the channel, so make sure to subscribe if you are new. With FaZe and Amati as centre back, sitting back might not be an option, just my opinion. Yeah, that's the thing. We'll see how it goes. I do expect, however, City to win the game, because they can't afford to not win the game. They're in a very tight title race. Who shall I replace Martinez for as he's out? A City defender? I can go. Probably a City defender. Maybe Stones, if you can afford Stones, or Ake as well. One of the two. Last time Havertz's decision hit me. I hope this time another Haaland captaincy doesn't do the same. Fair enough. Let's see. Haaland's going to be heavily captain this week. We'll see how it goes. Alright, people. Less than 10 minutes. Make sure you set your teams. Maguire for the bans? No, don't do it. Watch Maguire score a bullet header now, but don't do it. Don't do it. Go for a City defender. Go for Stones if you can. I hope to not see Maguire start for United at all. He came on while United were leading 2-0 and we considered 2 goals. Now, he might have not been the reason for the first goal, but he was definitely the reason for the second goal. He was not looking where he was in that pitch. The way he considered that one goal, he had no clue what he was doing. Bullet header, exactly. He had no idea where the ball was. Anyone else? If Varane was on the pitch, that goal is not going in. Maguire, on the other hand, had no idea where exactly he was positioned and where the ball was, and I don't even want to talk about it. But yeah. Alright, people, 5 minutes. Set your teams, lock your teams, do everything. But yeah. You trust in playing Rashford is more than Chelsea fans trust in them to. The thing is, the Rashford thing is, we don't know if Rashford is fully out. Now, he could potentially be out. But at least I'm willing to risk it more than Chelsea thinking they'll beat Real Madrid. That is very unlikely. If they beat Real Madrid, I have a friend who supports Real Madrid. I'm gonna make sure that I take as much shots at him as possible if they happen to beat Real Madrid. Seriously, the Varane Martinez out might be top for United are well and truly screwed. Is the best way to put it. With Varane and Martinez out, top 4 is now well and truly a tough situation. Rashford is playing without legs today, most likely. Chilwell to trend for a -4. Ooh. Could work out in the next few weeks, Hawk. Could pay off in the next few weeks. But at the same time, what we've mentioned this before in the stream, getting in Liverpool defense could pay off, could also backfire and actually deliver nothing. But given that they have a decent set of fixtures, it may pay off. Rashford is playing. Chilwell and TA will surely play, but clean sheet not guaranteed by both. Only attack and returns can be expected. Yes, exactly. Only attack and returns. Keep in mind that both teams at this point can't seem to defend and can't seem to attack as well. Chelsea can't seem to attack and defend for the moment. Liverpool, at least we know they can attack, but defensive wise, don't expect clean sheets from both teams, especially Chelsea this week, because Frank Lampard seems like he's going to be rotating the entire team as much as possible this week. So yeah, chances of Liverpool getting a clean sheet are slightly higher than Chelsea getting a clean sheet this week. I had 3 United players: Varane, Rashford. Oh no! Oh no, Tiger and Guna. How could this happen to you? Do you still have your wildcard by any chance? Oh, imagine all 3 gone. Well, you hold on to Rashford. Varane may be back in a couple weeks. By the time Game Week 34 comes, maybe Varane is back. Martinez, you probably have to move out. Chelsea attack is toothless. Liverpool have some of their attackers back, especially Diaz and Jota make such... Yeah, that's the thing, right? Liverpool's attack is actually firing. Unfortunately, Salah is a penalty and had a few other chances, and Ramsdale decided to have the game of his life. But yeah, I would expect more from Liverpool at the moment than Chelsea. Anyways, deadline passed based on where you are watching this. So... good luck to everyone for double game week. Not double game week, for game week 31. I have indeed started Rashford. Now let's see what happens. Whether he plays or doesn't play, we will have to see. Deadline done. Best of luck for everyone for the game week. Amit, Shubharan, Tiger and Guna, I hope you made your move. Good luck to you as well. Sam, Hawk, Davo, Caden, Mark, Devin, who else? Dom, Mike, Zeds, Karan, 513, Dash. Who else? I think I mentioned everyone else. Gailey, G, Fazid, and I think I've mentioned Zizo as well, and Easy Shark. And good luck to everyone else. Anyone else I missed who were here at the start as well. Mira, FPL Mate, Rokugu, FPL Planner. Shout out to all of them as well. Hope everyone has a good week. Good luck to you all. Shubharan as well. Good luck. I hope everyone does well. I think next season I need to look at some new graphics, some new ending screens and whatnot. We'll think about all of that next season. But thank you all for watching. Good luck to you all. I can go to Mary's transfers. Good. That's good. Good luck, everyone. I'll see you all on Monday. Regular service has resumed. Monday, we will have a stream. So see you all on Monday for the post-game week discussion. And let's hope we get some green arrows. Until then, good luck all. See ya.